I went to the grocery store to buy a rotisserie chicken to put in my hole, and I couldn't find the biggest one. It was too small for my hands and butt. I went to the butcher and I said, hey man, you got the chicken who can put it into my butt? He said, no. But I have a cow, I have a pig, I have a big turkey. And I said, that is the one I want.
Yeah. You like turkey over chicken?
Sometimes, yeah. I think there's more fun things you can do with turkey than chicken. Because chicken is just like, yeah, you throw a bunch of fucking spices on it, and it's like, oh, it's the same chicken, but this time it's lemony. Yeah. Or it's spicy, or it's barbecuey. With turkey, you're like, what avenue do I want to take you tonight?
Peppercorn.
Do I want to wrap you around a bed of rice and then dip you into caramel? Sure, I can.
A bed of rice. A bed of anything would be nice.
A bed would be fantastic.
When you live on the streets.
When you live in a boxcar like us.
Do. Yeah, yes, we do. So this is welcome. Thank you for joining us again. This is episode 5 of Boxcar Buddies. Episode...
You okay there?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Seems like you have a frog in your throat.
Yeah, I do. Sometimes it just, like, I'll be speaking, and it'll just kind of pop up and take the reins, like, hello, how are you?
Wow, you're very rude. How dare you interrupt my friend Don?
I know, and it's also really hard to breathe when he does that, so I'll just be like, hello.
Yeah, take him down. Like, he's a fighter. I see him. I see him struggling. Like I see his face imprinted onto your throat, like Han Solo,
apple, right? Yeah, exactly. Like the carbonite. Exactly. He's pushing through the Adam's apple part of the throat. Yeah. So it can be hard, and I just wanted you to know that I'm struggling with that almost every day.
I hope it doesn't permanently affect your life. I hope one day that you can swallow the frog. Yeah. So then that way, not only is he out of your throat and out of your hair, but you also have a tasty meal.
Absolutely. I would love nothing more than to cough him up, throw him in like a little saute pan with maybe some garlic and onions and just give it a chow down. No! Why would you do that?
Because you're invading his privacy, sir.
I never meant to.
Well, then leave.
Shut up!
Good. Take that, you little bitch.
Anyway, that's
little
not
frog bitch.
That's not typical of what goes on in our boxcar. Whatever episode this is, I wanted to say thank you, Greg, again for procuring such a wonderful boxcar. Few holes, and I appreciate the Saran wrap on the outside.
Yeah, I wanted to give it a nice shine in the sun.
Yeah, you did. You did. It was easy to find. It was easy to find from any one of the hilltops.
I wanted it to be kind of like, you're looking for the Northern Star.
Polaris.
Polaris.
Palomino.
Pal.
Yeah.
My good old pal. He's the only one who's with me at night.
Yeah, it shows me where to go.
He also shows me things I don't want to see.
Yeah, that's his prerogative.
He's a bit of a flasher.
Yeah, of course. Just Polarian it out there. And he's so polarizing, am I right?
I'm gonna press stop to this right now.
We should just rewind it. Ooh.
I don't want to go back to this. Please make it stop.
But and the inside of this boxcar, I also have to say, nice touch. Is that like? Is this sod? Is it sod that's lining the walls of this?
Yes. Yeah. So I went to a local girls lacrosse team, and they had like their own little field, and I just said,
wait, can I stop you? Is that local girls lacrosse team? Like the girls are from around here, or is that's
the name of the team?
Local girls lacrosse team.
It's the Chicago local girls.
Oh, okay. So it's like half lacrosse, half nudie dancing.
No, it's just full-blown lacrosse.
Okay.
In fact, they don't even have any female players. They're just called the local girls.
Oh, that's lame.
Well, I went there thinking that it was going to be like, the game where it's the chicks in the mud pit that like wail on each other.
Wrestle.
Ballet?
Yeah, that's it. It's ballet. Ballet.
Yeah. So I went there thinking, oh man, I'm going to be able to catch some foxy boxing or whatever. And it just turns out to be a normal lacrosse game. Like nothing interesting about it.
It's with dudes.
Just dudes.
Yeah.
Lots of dudes. Like a lot of dudes cheering on dudes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine and all, but it's more like there's so many other things you could be cheering for.
Absolutely.
I'd cheer for the lady who puts all the grocery carts back into the lanes.
At the grocery store. I love her. She's great.
I give her a nice little applause.
Me too. And I usually am hoping that she's going to toss something from the store out when I'm doing that so that I can get a nightly meal. But, that rarely happens.
It rarely does.
The lady at the
you would
Aldi
think
just
that,
throws change at me.
Here's the thing. I always believe that encouragement is the best currency.
In currency.
The problem is I've gotten no results from it.
Your bank account of encouragement is dry, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you could say that this Red Cross is blackened. I'm not sure.
If you're asking me for encouragement, Greg, you're barking up the wrong asshole.
Damn it.
I'm telling you.
Just a little bit, just so I can give her one good clap.
Not until I've at least eaten, certainly.
Well, hopefully you can get to that frog at some point tonight. I feel like that will give you the sustenance that you need.
Yeah, it's, I think it's been building now for, like 30 years. So I think tonight maybe it'll come to a head.
Hopefully.
And it's in all its green glory.
It's green jisms.
Not easy being green.
Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
Sorry about that. That was
so rude.
Also inappropriate on my part, just to do that.
It's not your fault. He is invading. He thinks he can get into our show.
I should have backed away, though, when I coughed him down. I should have backed away from the mic.
Well, not much we can do, really, in this boxcar. I mean, we did have to swap out the usual microphone equipment. I kind of found this stuff at a Radio Shack.
Yeah, no, this stuff is nicer than the last stuff we had, which blew up.
It's very easy to peek, though. I will say that.
Is it?
Very easy.
I'll remember that. Okay. Peekaboo.
Peekaboo, I see you.
So yeah, this is the time when Greg. It's again always great to see you over the course of the week. You look happier. You look well fed. I take it you met your dad.
I did. We did have a nice supple meal out of Gollum.
Excellent.
We ate his legs, but then he found a way to get away. He went to our salt shaker. And when we weren't looking, he just kind of filled his palms with it. And as we were about to start feeding off his chest, he just pocket salted us, just a full-blown assault into our eyes.
Oh, jeez.
And, whoo, boy, did it burn.
Yeah, I bet, man.
Oof.
Was it like, your eye just like collapsed on itself?
It immediately, it felt like it sizzled out. Like, you know how a match goes out and you let the fire go all the way down? That's what my eyes felt like.
Ugh.
And at that point, I was still so hungry.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, I may have salt in my eyes, but at least I have this tasty leg. And I took this big bite out of it, and I heard my dad scream. And I'm like, oh, that son of a bitch Gollum is still in our place. So I took a big, giant bite of it, swallowed down, and I started swinging. And I hit something.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, yeah, I got him. And sure enough, I blacked out.
Okay.
So I was so tired. It took so much energy out of my body.
And you didn't have a lot to begin with.
No, but when I woke up and my eyes recovered just a little bit, I saw that Gollum ate my dad's leg.
What?
In its entirety.
So Gollum is now without legs, just a torso with arms, that disgusting head and voice, and he has no legs.
He has no legs.
Stumps, or are you talking full-on torso?
We're going full-blown torso.
So
there's
no
nothing left.
Evidence of his ever having had legs, except for the scars, I'm guessing.
I feel like the scars will definitely give it away, but for the most part, those legs were...
So torso
gone.
Gollum with arms was biting your dad's leg.
Yeah, it must have been when he blinded us, but sure enough, my dad was like, that son of a bitch. And then not only that, but he knocked my dad out.
Oh my.
Full blown, punch into the face.
I guess he got to that desperation stage, started going nuts and getting the anger strength.
Well, I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, we did eat almost 1/3 of his body.
Totally. And I mean, the whole thing with he had just found love in Sex Robot, and then that was taken from him almost immediately.
Yep.
So
I know. So the reunion was cut short. My dad was not happy. that I would allow such a creature into his RV. He took my old RV back, said that it was under his jurisdiction now. And
Does your dad just have the one leg? Did Gollum get more than that?
well, we did find a nice bar stool, and we just broke off one of the legs and gave it to him. He's doing okay. The bar stool is a little short, so his steps are a little wide.
I see.
Like
a protractor.
Yeah, a little bit. So at least he's back on his foot again.
Okay.
That's
what matters.
That's all that
and
matters.
You had some time to catch up.
We did.
That's nice.
But now I'm unfortunately in a blood oath to him right now. As you know, in our family we have blood oaths,
right.
And when blood is spilled, the one who spilled it must be accounted for. So I have now made it my life's mission to find Gollum, hunt him down, and consume the rest of him.
Yeah.
In front of my father to let him know that I am sorry for the loss of one of his appendages.
Yeah, and avenge him, absolutely. Appendages. Yeah, no, that's I think that's a good son thing to do, definitely. And Gollum is vengeful. There's certainly no doubt about that. So I'm sure he'll find you at some point too, if you just kind of like hang out.
I feel like all I have to do is just sit around and he'll just show his ugly face. But we'll have to see. I've been leaving traps around. I've been leaving pine cones covered in honey.
That sounds good. I think I might have chomped on one of those. Did you leave a few of those outside?
Yeah, I left a bunch outside.
Yeah, I ate like 4 or 5 easily.
Ooh, that might not be good. I put a shit ton of thumbtacks into them.
Oh, yeah, it was hard chewing. My mouth is look at that.
Like you ate a pine cone that was covered in honey and
yeah. My
thumbtacks.
You could see like there's I think there's blood all on the inside, right?
You know what? That's probably what's causing the frog to jump out more often.
Yum.
Oh man.
Sorry.
Well, at least the frog likes it.
Yeah.
And if the frog likes him, who's
happy.
an invasive species, then of course Gollum's going to like it.
Absolutely. So I guess it was proven that your traps were proven effective, certainly.
I believe so, yeah.
And delicious, if I might say so.
Thank you. I made the honey myself.
That's very good. Is it locally sourced?
It's from me.
Oh.
I made it.
Honey bear.
I made it with my own oils and sugar deposits.
Secretions? How do you do that?
Well, I usually just blow my nose into a cup, and then I give it a nice big ol' fartaroony into it, mix it up, and then I let it fester for about 2 weeks. Then I pee on it, and that usually gives it its smoky aroma, at which point that's when it starts to get real sticky. And after the stickiness is in, I like to coat it around my body as a fine, like a skin suit of honey. And I let all the local animals get attracted to me, wait for them to lick all the honey off, for them to secrete the honey out of their bodies, and then I take that, smear it all over my body again, do it 3 times.
How long does that process take?
About 2 months.
You have to keep track of every single one of those local animals that comes and licks a portion
I'm waiting for 2 squirrels right now.
Okay. Is that like the last of this next batch? Is that
yes.
like the sort of...
And once I have this final batch of honey, I think I'll be ready.
Okay. Well, yeah. Let me know when that next batch is done because, regardless of how disgusting it's made, I'll tell you, it tastes pretty decent.
Thank you. I've been really working hard on this.
Whatever's been happening secretion-wise for you, is that the same secretion that's like on your shirt right now on the front of it?
No, that's just blood.
Oh. Okay.
Very tinny.
Coppery. Okay.
It's like licking a nickel.
Interesting. All right. So back on to sort of the reason for the boxcar and such. We the two of us try to absorb some content throughout the week, however we can, being homeless and broke, living on the streets of Chicago. I myself posted up outside of a Best Buy in a little mini mall area just north of the city. And I was able to hang out there for about 4 days just kind of scampering from one alley to the next. It was bordered on both sides, north and south of it, by an alley. And so, therefore, whenever one alley started to get hot, I got a little bit of attention from, local families or the cops.
Right.
Scurry on over to the next one. Got a whole nother night out of that. And I could just so I bounced back and forth. Able to sit there for about 4 days. And inside the Best Buy, they had a TV facing the window, which was playing Netflix. Mm-hmm. And they must have been on some stand-up comedy kick. They were just kind of launching through a bunch of, stand-up specials. Some of them were Netflix originals. Some of them were just like old school.
Did you finally sit down and consume some Jeff Dunham?
No, I didn't. Oh. And I'm okay. I'm totally okay.
That's good, yeah, because if you did, I think I would have disowned you.
Yeah.
I think I would have had to look for a new co-host.
I don't see what the appeal of a Jeff Dunham is. Again, having just admitted I haven't seen any
I
of
loved
his.
him when I was a kid. But
is he the puppet guy?
He's the puppet guy.
Okay.
I loved him as a kid before I realized how horribly racist he is with his puppets.
Me too. Shut up!
God damn, get out of here, you green asshole.
Yeah, but I mean, at least he does agree Jeff Dunham is a racist.
Yeah,
apparently.
he's a bit of a dummy. He's a big old dummy.
Does he make his own puppets?
He makes them. He makes all of those himself by hand.
I guess that's
that's admirable.
To be said for that.
I'm like, yeah, wow, your puppets have like a lot of detail into them, like the wrong kind of detail into them. And, like the way you shape their faces and like caricaturize them.
Telling.
That's not
revealing about Mr. Dunham, right?
It's a little offensive. It's a little bit much.
Have you
and
seen...
you can only hear the jalapeno on a stick joke so many times.
Agreed. I totally agree. Have you seen the video? There's many videos starring Jim Carrey now after his acting career.
His freakouts?
Yes. Have you seen the one where he made the Jeff Daniels puppet from Dumb and Dumber and then like spoke to it?
What?
Yeah, Jim Carrey crafted from scratch. He made a little hand puppet which looks like Harry from Dumb and Dumber, but a Jeff Daniels puppet, but just in that character. And then he just sits there manipulating it and talking to it like Lloyd and Harry. But
that's incredibly rude of him not allowing Jeff to get back into his life.
They're probably going to court right now anyway for the rights that he just violated, making such a look-alike puppet.
I just feel that's so offensive that they replaced him with a puppet for the third movie. That's just...
Yeah, I mean, got to cut costs, I guess. And I mean, did you see their chemistry in the second one? Not great. So if you got to pick
isn't
one...
that the prequel one?
No. Oh. Yes,
you remember the prequel one, don't you?
Yes, it is. I guess technically the second Dumb and Dumber movie is the prequel one with Shia LaBeouf as a side character in that.
Oh, man. That just brought up all the wrong memories of that movie. That movie is horrible.
But what
with fucking Bob Saget and the shit in his house.
Oh, absolutely. And that's the only thing he does. You could tell that was like half the point of the movie was just him yelling shit a bunch of times over and over again. Danny Tanner freaking out about shit on his walls.
What's the punchline for this joke, guys? Oh, it's that Bob Saget is screaming shit.
Yeah.
At the top of his lungs. Just saying, it's shit.
Look at this, there's shit all over the walls. There's shit everywhere. It's shit.
It's Danny Tanner just screaming about shit and freaking out about how dirty it is. I guess that's funny. To some, maybe. It is. I remember my mind was blown when I found out that Bob Saget does the best Aristocrats joke.
And which one's that?
Well, the Aristocrats. Did you ever see the George Carlin documentary from like 03 or 04 or something?
No.
The Aristocrats joke is like basically this joke that comedians tell, I guess, in their circles, but it's kind of like a measure up of how good on their feet somebody is, or like how well someone can improv in the middle of a joke. Mm-hmm. But it's just this. The setup is basically like a guy walks into an agent's office and says, "I got a great idea for an act," and the guy says, "Okay, cool, describe it to me." And then comes the improv part, and the goal is to come up with like the most disgusting, offensive.
Oh, is this is the one where it's him? Yeah, this is the rant of him like laughing on stage about like people murdering each other and fucking each other's corpses?
Yeah, that's
okay.
That sounds like
I didn't
the
know that had a
Aristocrat joke.
name.
And
I
then-
thought it
and
was
then-
just Bob Saget being an insufferable asshole.
So basically, then imagine that you go up and then you say all this stuff. Like Gilbert Gottfried famously did this one during an award show or something. He was going up and he was supposed to tell a joke. I think it was on MTV or like something like that.
the BET Awards.
Yeah, basically. Out of place
Country Music
anyway.
Awards.
Yeah, right. So anyway, he's up there. He's supposed to be hosting it, and I guess his material was bombing badly enough that he just decided to scrap it all live there in the moment, and he just starts telling an Aristocrats joke. So that's the opening of it. Then imagine he goes into like, okay, then the little girl comes up and she gets both of her eyeballs stabbed out with this ruler, and then her dad comes in and he starts fucking both holes of the eye sockets, and then at the end of the joke, the agent or manager says, "Oh my God, that's horrifying. What's the name of the act?" The Aristocrats. You know, it's the punchline.
I hate it.
I don't like it either.
I hate it.
I don't even know why.
It's just so not funny.
It's
I get it. I get
People
it. Like
do it better than I just
the I don't want to deconstruct jokes. I hate that.
It's no, I know. It's all in the act, though. That's why you want to make it more disgusting and more like perverse and gross, because then
So I had this idea that Kathy Griffin comes in and she shoves a baseball bat full of nails into her vagina, and then all of a sudden her face explodes and pushes out 450,050 fucking flies. It's just dumb.
And Anderson Cooper just shits himself, and then he comes around, and Kathy, with her face hole, starts licking it up, and then some other little Rob Schneider comes out of the woods.
He fires a shit hose out of his asshole and presses it up against Tobey Maguire's lips, and it's filling his body like a wet balloon.
And of course, Toby's crying, and you got this horse that comes up and starts licking the tears, and at the same time having sex with Bradley Cooper, and everyone's just going crazy.
We need to stop because I hate it the more we go.
Okay, here.
I hate it. It's so dumb.
The Aristocrats. Anyway, I don't remember why.
You ever watch The Aristocats?
I have, actually.
It's not a good movie.
Why not? What about that song?
You know, everybody wants
to be a cat.
How does that song again?
Because the cat's the only cat who knows where it's at.
You know, I gotta say, your frog has a beautiful voice.
Yeah, and he loves the Aristocats. Or any Disney movie, really. You know, it's anything Disney. He'll just throw himself right into it, and then usually make me throw up afterward. Just because he can.
Because I thought it was because like his opinions are trash, but
no.
I guess it's just because he is a slimy frog in your throat.
It's a slimy frog in the throat thing. I've kind of gotten used to him just being lodged there, but what he'll do after a particularly moving rendition of a song is he'll like leap upward and start punching my uvula, like my hangy ball, over and over again, like it's some kind of
like a speed bag.
Yes, he'll just start hitting it over and over, and after about 5 or 6 rapid fire punches of that, I'll just puke.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough.
So I mean, it's like, you know, the song is usually great, but I mean, any audience that's come up after that, they're immediately scattered by the projectile vomiting.
What's his favorite song besides the Aristocats?
The Wonderful World by I think Louis Armstrong.
It's a good song.
I see trees of green, clouds of white, the bright colors, and I say to myself, what a wonderful world.
Gorgeous. You know, I'm starting to have a second opinion about this frog. He is a beautiful singer.
I gotta say, it's, you know, he's a blessing and a curse. You know, it's really.
It's a little bit of all the above. It's a Venn diagram.
Yes, it is. Two words, by the way. You know, I wonder who Venn was. You know,
a diagram.
2 balls of a person.
He was just 2
which
balls,
overlapped.
and they said, "What? Hey, Venn, what is this?" It's my diagram.
It's like a human figure 8.
He pressed his hand against his diagram. He took in a deep breath, and he said, "My name's Venn.
I'm going to be famous. I got 2 circles. Forever.
Anyway, before all that nonsense, I remember the reason I brought up Jim Carrey is because it is so interesting to me that, like, I mean, the guy is I grew up loving his movies. I mean, loving them. Like, I really feel like that a lot of his characters made an impact on my life and my sense of humor even now.
I can probably quote a majority of Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls.
Ace Ventura,
not Ace Ventura, not the original one.
You like Nature Calls.
I like When Nature Calls.
I'm the opposite.
It's so much dumber.
It is. It's completely out of control. But when I was a kid, I loved the first one. I loved The Mask. I probably watched that more than anything growing up. And then, of course, Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's just so crazy to me that somebody, you know, like him, so talented and everything, is now clearly, I mean, it seems like he's going through something a little bit nutty.
I feel like there was a story about him not too long ago. I can't remember too much of it. But him at that fucking, like, fashion show and just him going, well, life is meaningless.
None of this matters.
None of it matters.
None of this matters. Don't you see? I'm sorry. No, but he didn't say that. He didn't apologize. He just kept going. Yeah, and then eventually he walked away. And he was just like, yeah, it still doesn't matter. Anyway, I got to go back to painting now.
Oh, yeah. He,
not great. Didn't look good for him.
No, but he looked like a big old crazy pants.
He did. But I you know, it makes you. He's also said some really profound stuff too. Did you ever see that commencement address he did, like to that small? I'm guessing it was a Canadian school, but maybe not.
Yeah,
I know it was like an art school or something, but it's the only commencement
address.
That's
because he is Canadian.
Yeah, he is. I don't know if it was an art school or whatever, but it's the only commencement address of his that I know. And he said just like a lot of interesting, profound stuff in there, talking about how decisions can only either be made in love or fear, and how that affects your life, and to just, you know, ask the universe for insane shit because, you know, this is the only evidence of the existence that we've got and all that stuff. So it's like, it is pretty profound, and it's a little bit nihilistic at points, but then all of a sudden he dips into the fashion show tirade too, and you're like,
full-blown narcissist, fucking nihilism.
Okay, you're still in there.
This guy sounds like a Rick and Morty fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
But
what was this thing that you were watching on Netflix? This thing that caused you to...
Right. Well, I have to say, I saw like 3 in a row Louis C.K. Specials.
Dang. And did he trap you in a room and take off his pants and start masturbating?
Oh, I wish. No.
You've heard about that, right?
Yes, actually, I did. I forgot. I forgot until just now, but yeah, it's which sucks. That's disturbing.
Man, what is it with like these people that seem incredibly likable or really funny and they just turn out to be creepy sex perverts?
I don't know. I mean, everybody's got their weird shit, right? And I'm not saying it's right to trap people in a room and start masturbating, certainly, but behind closed doors, I feel like, you know, everyone's got some weird shit going on, and just normal average people can keep that shit under wraps. And celebrities now, especially with media and cell phones and internet and everybody talking and stuff getting shared like that, that sort of stuff is definitely harder to keep out of.
You know, I hate the world that we're in now because it's so much harder to be a creepy sex pervert.
Yeah.
Like, remember the good old days of the 50s where you could just put on a trench coat, open up your shirt, and just show your willy to people? And,
come on!
And no one thought any different.
Yeah.
You just went, oh, there's a flasher.
There it is again.
There's Polaris.
There he is.
He's just showed up again.
Hiding in the trench coat of some rando.
He's been hiding in my bathroom.
Damn it.
He's under my bed.
But that's the south side of the building. I don't understand.
I don't understand how Polaris got back into our house.
You'll never stop me, see? Yeah. Come on.
50s villain, flasher.
That's his catchphrase. Come on.
Come on now. You'll never stop me, Kappa. Yeah. I'm going to keep on getting off, see?
But you were watching Louis C.K.
Yeah, and no masturbation took place. But I have to say that I was struck, especially by his most recent one on Netflix. I think it's just called Louis C.K. 2017. And he starts right off the bat talking about abortions, and I think he ends the special talking about Magic Mike, and he does, you know, a lot of...
Yeah, I saw that bit.
Yeah, a lot of jokes in between, but I think what struck me so much is that, what you got to respect is that, like, Louis, you have what's fashionable now, like what's in vogue, I guess, are people doing stand-up specials that are subpar, that are like, because they're not refined comedians, they're just funny people. Like you get someone like Donald Glover, who I love. I love Childish Gambino, and I love his acting, normally. However, you see his like stand-up jokes, and it's just not that good. He's a funny guy, but the jokes are not fleshed out. They're not refined. His delivery style and his actual 60 minutes on stage is not like a work of art that's been sculpted and edited over years. Louis C.K. is that. Yeah. He is a comedian who has worked his craft, and like every comment, anything in between jokes and punchlines, even the effect that he gives of just having come up with something off the top of his head or saying something in a tone that he hears out loud and then all of a sudden realizes how goofy it sounds, even that act is just an act. Like it's well rehearsed, and his style is just so good. I found myself glued to the entire 60 minutes, and I thought that even between the punchlines, he was just very captivating on stage. His delivery is very good. Conversely, Dana Carvey also came up on Netflix.
Ooh, and I've seen that special.
And I had to flash my jacket open and bang on the front window of that Best Buy to get them to change it because it was so bad that I could not stomach it anymore. All he was doing was going through his impressions until it finally, like...
He did all of them. He did every
Trump,
character from SNL.
Trump, Bush. Hillary Clinton.
He did both Bushes.
Yeah, and Bill Clinton, and he was just so that was the first 5 or 10 minutes of it, and then for me it peaked when he admitted that he didn't have a punchline to end a bit, but he just wanted to do an impression of somebody, and then I literally couldn't stomach it anymore. I was like, this is not like a stand-up comedy special. This is somebody who was paid because he used to be funny and did a lot of SNL stuff. And
he's kind of run his course.
Yeah, there's a room full of people that I feel bad for having paid to get there.
I would say like that Dana Carvey special and the Rob Schneider one, Soy Sauce and the Holocaust, are hands down the worst stand-up specials I have ever watched in my life.
Good Lord, Rob Schneider's sounds bad.
It's fascinating how horrible it is. Like, I want a Ken Burns documentary on soy sauce and the Holocaust.
Was it so bad that you kept watching it like a train wreck or something?
No, it was so bad that I had to turn it off. But then I was like, maybe I should give it a chance, and I watched another 10 minutes and went, nope, that's no.
Yeah,
it's like every edgy like Republican comedian jokes.
He is outspokenly like conservative.
Yeah,
except stupidly. He's not an accurate representation of conservative views. He's like this weird, broken-brained mosh pit of like talking points, and it's just like, wow, what happened?
Completely
in there?
Insane.
Yeah,
like there are times where like, because I remember seeing interviews of like him in that radio station that just like completely fucked him over. Where like they kept him in the lobby for like over an hour without taking him upstairs into the station, and when they finally do, they asked him, "What's it like being a B comedian?" And I was like, "Man, that's so wrong to say to him." But then, like seeing that stand-up special, I was like,
though.
"No, you should let them ask these questions."
Well, and also, I'm sorry, but like you say, B comedian and like C movie star. Like, you ever see a movie where Rob Schneider's in it without Adam Sandler? You ever see The Animal or whatever he's in? I mean, it's
the hot chick.
Yeah, exactly.
Deuce Bigelow.
Right. They are C movies at best, and there's funny parts, but it usually comes from other people like bouncing off of Rob Schneider.
It's usually everyone else is funnier in the movie except him.
Right, and he just doesn't screw it up.
Yeah.
And the last one I saw stand-up wise was Netflix got a new one that just came out about Jerry Seinfeld, and it's a stand-up where he goes back to the original club in New York City, which sort of launched his career. And
does it have the Seinfeld theme play as soon as he walks out? So ding, ding, ding.
It does not.
Ding, ding.
I wish it did, but it doesn't. And they didn't really touch on the show at all. He more talked about, but it wasn't exactly a stand-up either. It was like this mix of the hour that he did, which apparently he said was made up of all his original material. He tried to do jokes that he thought of at that club, I guess. So they weren't, excellent.
They weren't winners, but they were. It was new material,
and some of them were still decent. Like for instance, I saw one, and then when I watched a Seinfeld episode later that evening outside the Best Buy, it turned out that episode was doing a bit that he did in the Netflix special, and it was about day people and night people, like how you're in your head, and he's like day guy, he's like he's like the enemy of day guy is night guy. It's like, night guy just wants to be up all night. He just cram another Oreo into my mouth and stay up and do drugs and have fun. I don't know. It's Jerry Seinfeld stuff.
Yeah.
What's the deal with night guy? But it was a mix of the jokes and like him documentary style talking about him coming up in New York, his jobs. There was a point when he was talking with, I think, the two owners of the club now who were comedians in his time. And they just talked about what the comedy scene was like. They showed a bunch of old pics. And it was kind of like a farewell Jerry kind of a thing. It was very much...
What, so Jerry's just getting ready for his own death? He wants this to be his eulogy?
That's how it felt. He was like, after the episode, they were going to show him walking off into the woods, and then you just hear like a gun blast, and then that was going to be the end. Bye, Jerry.
Boom, 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 boom.
Like a little Seinfeld, but like slow.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, that's how it felt watching the Netflix special of Seinfeld. So I wouldn't. It was cool if you're
What's the
interested.
deal with killing myself?
This airline food is that bad.
How come I only have one shotgun when I need two?
And so I'm watching that Seinfeld episode. Another thing occurred to me. He's like the Jimmy Fallon of 90s TV. Every scene that I saw him in, he was basically cracking up. Like he had a smile on his face, but he's like trying to deliver a somewhat serious line. And it's like, dude, this is your show. It's got your name on the thing, and you can't even keep like a straight face.
Has there ever been a serious moment in Seinfeld? Because I don't think there has been.
No, not like serious moment like Friends, where they like turned off the studio audience, and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh shit, like Rachel really just got
Make
real
it really emotional.
Yeah.
Like that episode of How I Met Your Mother when like everything's like, oh, it's a countdown. We're going to find out that Marshall and what's her name are going to have a baby. And then it's like, your dad's dead. Patrick Starr is dead.
Yes. And all of a sudden,
lame.
yeah, and then all of a sudden you got to deal with like the just that, the seriousness of the moment, and it's like.
But the thing is, that's what
no
that's what the episode ended on. Then the credits roll. I'm like, fuck you.
Like, oh, come on.
I'm amazed I stayed with that show for as long as I did.
Yeah, I watched that. That was another thing I saw on Netflix that I didn't watch when it was on live TV, so I just kind of burned through 6 seasons of it. And then when I was done with the Netflix stuff, it still hadn't ended on like cable, but I didn't feel the need to keep up with it to see how it ended. I was just like, if it's the stuff that's
you want to know
Netflix,
the ending? You want to know it?
Tell me Bob Saget
kills
himself.
So Bob Saget turns into older Ted. So like they pan the camera back and it's just Ted with silver hair, It's a silver fox, and the mom's dead. The mom was literally met that episode.
Oh,
and his kids basically tell him, go find Robin.
Oh, I see.
And here's the thing, though. Here's the awkward thing.
That's horrible.
Robin married and had a child with Barney.
Oh.
And now they're divorced. And then he just goes up to Robin and he's like, I love you. I've always loved you. I wanna shove the blue French horn into your vagina. And he did.
Wow.
Right then and there. Marshall body slammed them and shoved a whole sandwich into Ted's mouth.
What network was this? Fox?
CBS,
CBS,
Adult Swim.
Right? Oh, okay. I always liked Adult Swim. You ever have that? You ever go to like a community park pool and then...
No, I've been banned.
Yeah? Oh, I could see that.
Yeah.
Probably because of the honey sweats.
Yeah, they don't like me bringing animals to the pool for secretion needs.
Chlorine only goes so far, once animals just go up to the side and start lapping up the pool water.
Yeah, they didn't like the fact that I was turning the pool into honey.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they weren't a fan of that.
It was just like seeping from like like rippling out from where your body was in the pool. It
just kind of started solidifying everything. It had like a Jello-like structure. Yeah,
interesting.
It was an incident.
Okay, so no
lifeguard drowned.
No, in the honey or the water?
Yes.
Man, you're like a fucking walking weapon, man.
I am wanted in over 50 states.
Get you in water, and it's like bio-warfare in there.
That's why I usually don't take showers.
Yeah.
It's not the homeless thing. It's more of a, I choose not to.
Yeah, I gotcha. And it is interesting because, I mean, my sense of smell is like totally burnt away after having lived on the streets for as long as
Yeah, you kind of get used to some of the scents.
But interestingly enough, after we spend enough time in one of these boxcars together, I do get this like pervasive, sweet, like sickly sweet odor, which makes its way through all the cartilage that's like burnt up in my nose.
That's been me.
No, I'm glad. It's a refreshing reminder of what smelling was like. Yeah. So I wanted to, I just wanted to thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're very much welcome.
It's cool. I'm looking forward to that this time. It hasn't hit me yet. But now you talking about the honey and stuff, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, thank you for rekindling my confidence.
No problem.
In my sense.
So did you absorb any content this week?
I did absorb some content. So I went to the local gym, and I saw that there was a kid, young, like 20s.
They let you in the local gym?
I kind of snuck my way in through the bathroom pipes.
Oh, I've heard. One of the gyms told me about one of the brother gyms, not like local gym. But
you've been talking to them?
Well, I mean, yeah, actually. Yeah, one of them had like a can of chili a week ago, and you weren't around and I was starving, so I had to listen to them in order to get a couple of bites.
You would do that to me?
Well, I mean, starving.
After everything we've been through?
Hey, man, you were having dinner with your dad. I had nowhere else to get food. Gollum was gone. I had no prospects.
You could have come with us. I offered.
Yeah, but it felt like family time, and I kind of felt bad about the sex robot thing, and it just felt I didn't feel good about. I would have felt like I was crashing. I would have felt like I was intruding, and so anyway, yeah, I was stuck with the gyms. It wasn't great. I would not like to repeat the experience if I have an option, but anyway, they told me that they've also gotten into the local gym the same way, so you have that in common with them.
Are you saying that we're alike?
I'm just saying the homeless community here, not a large universe.
Excuse me.
Just think about it.
You would compare me to my mortal nemesis in the same vein because they gave you chili.
I'm just saying they snuck into
Oh,
the gym.
you're just saying now. You're just saying. You're just saying that they gave you a good meal. You're just saying that they're a better friend than your good friend Greggins.
I didn't know, not better friends at all. They just fed me when I was hungry, like the Bible says, They didn't clothe me. I was naked, but they did feed me. Matter of fact, they did shake some burning coals at me after I'd had a few bites to get me to run away again, and being naked, that was really not cool. So no, it didn't end on a great note. I think
you've learned a valuable lesson. Don't involve yourself with the gyms. And also, back up.
I just want food.
They've been using my gym tunnels to get into the gym. The gyms are using my gym tunnels to get into the gym?
Yes, they are. Did you dig those? They were acting like that was their hand. They were acting like that was their idea. They told me that they dug those tunnels.
Oh, no. That was me. I'm the one who used my own hands and used my free time to tear apart the side of the building, brick by brick, and perfectly put the bricks back to make it look like there is no problem with the wall, but as soon as you give it the slightest nudge, it topples like a bunch of Jenga. And at that point, you crawl through the pipes, you walk out of the toilet, and you just make yourself into the gym.
So it sounds kind of like Shawshank Redemption.
I feel like that was a joke.
No, not at all.
I feel like you're making fun of me.
No, I want to see these tunnels, and I feel like a doofus because I should have known. The gyms aren't industrious at all. They don't know how to do anything. I don't know why I was delirious. That's what it was. I was delirious with hunger.
I don't understand why anyone would
dark.
work out at a gym or work out with gyms.
No. And, who knows? Anyway, and you know what? Yeah, they do suck. They suck.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. Yeah. You see?
I want to
You've seen the error of your ways, I forgive you.
I want to throw up the chili now. I want to get it out of me. Okay.
Oh man! Whoa! Oh man! Well, it looks like your frog ate a good meal. Yeah, I just saw him. He just fucking put his mouth right against your esophagus and just...
Oh, is that what happened?
I think that's what happened. That's what I saw.
Damn right. Okay. I guess it did.
Well, you know what? That boy's fed. That's the important thing.
Okay, maybe he'll just calm down a little bit then. I feel... Okay, good. So it's not... The chili's not in me anymore, but it is in the frog that's
Which is
me.
in you. So you still have the chili in you.
Chill inception.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
but anyway, I snuck into this gym and I saw a bunch of 20-year-olds bragging about this brand new PS4 they bought. And sure as shit, he did not look, took it, went out of the pipes, hooked it up to a CRTV that I had been keeping in a dumpster.
CRTV.
Mm-hmm. It's a crash-ready television.
Oh. Nice.
Meaning that you can throw it around and it's still fine.
Crash ready.
Yeah. So I go on. I see that I set up a profile, and I see that my all-time favorite video game of all time has been...
All-time favorite video game of all time?
Of all time. Of all video games of all time.
Okay.
Favorite. Final Fantasy IX is now on the PS4.
Whoa.
And I was like, yo, bro, I've got to get my hands on this. And I did. So I downloaded it, booted it up. I'm ready to start playing. And boy, is this port not great. So what they did was they beefed up the graphics so it runs at 60 frames per second. Mm-hmm. And they smoothed out all the character models. So the character models look stellar. As best as they can from a PS1 game.
Okay, cool.
The problem is when they did the smoothing, they did that on all of the pre-rendered backgrounds, so everything looks like a muddy painting now.
Ugh.
And you have these HD models on top of it. It does not mesh well.
Dude, I don't even like smoothies. Disgusting.
Yeah, dude, smoothies are nasty.
They're muddy, and they are gross, and everybody's got green ones now, and it's... they're they got little thermoses, and I feel like they're just...
They put here's the thing.
They're
they put some kind of special
know?
protein grass into it. I'm like,
I know.
I can just eat grass outside.
Exactly.
I don't
how much
need
did
it
you
blended.
guys pay for that, you idiots?
Nature makes grass.
So dumb.
Stupid.
Yeah, and it's like, I just, that's a little... It makes me feel better, certainly.
Mm-hmm. It does. But the other thing, too, is I noticed is that this isn't just a port of the PlayStation 1 game. What this is it's the PS1 game that was ported to cell phones, which was then ported to Steam, and then ported to PlayStation.
Why would they do the cell phones first?
I feel like because it was the easiest one to do. And plus, mobile
Yeah,
mobiles.
sure.
In Japan, cell phones are the number one selling video game console.
Cellophone. Number one.
Cellophane.
Cellophane.
Oh, he's got such a beautiful voice.
He's just chilling in there now. He's
chilling with the chili?
Yeah, he's just going to start repeating words, sing-songy, though. That's what he does when he's happy
Hey,
and
let him.
well-fed.
I think it will add some flavor. So
Okay. Good. As long as you're not perturbed.
No, I'm not. And
kind of annoying.
so going into it, one thing is with the directional pad, instead of having full 360 degrees to turn around, there are 8 directions to move in because it runs like the cell phone game.
Oh, cool! 8 directions.
8
to run around in.
directions.
Yeah,
you
that's gotta be a
can't
blast.
run in perfect diagonals against some areas.
Right. So you're getting trapped.
You're
in
getting
some
trapped in
stupid
bullshit,
areas because you can't hit the right, direction.
It's not great.
Wonderful.
The other thing too is the UI in battle has now been enlarged for touchscreens, and it takes up like 40% of the television screen in battle.
Oof.
So, like, as soon as you get into a fight, like, you know how it is with old school Final Fantasy. The names pop up at the bottom. There's 4 of them. You get the little ATB gauges. And then as soon as they load up, you get a tiny little box that has your attack commands. Mm-hmm. The attack commands come up, and it's like the size of a computer monitor. Just wham!
Good God.
Just this big block with
takes
6
over like
with 6 things that you have to hit, and it's just really distracting. There are some good things about the game, though. It offers fast motion, so it triples the speed.
Oh, that's nice.
So it makes finding random encounters or getting through puzzles and shit much faster.
Yeah. That's great for any Final Fantasy. Really.
Yeah. There's no encounter mode.
Oh,
which means random encounters are completely gone.
So you just run through like a cave or something that's got a difficult map, but you're not encountering anyone.
It's very easy to now do a level 1 challenge, which is what a lot of people like to do, where you never level up. You just stay the same level the entire game. They do that. There is damage cap mode, where essentially you turn that on. Every attack you do does quad 9. Does max damage.
Damage cat mode?
A damage cat, yes.
So it just jumps onto the screen?
Yeah, a cat jumps into the screen, and he just kind of, he hits everything. Smacks it with his cute little black paws.
That's really cool.
It streamlined the game so that if you want to enjoy the story, it's there. So you can just turn on those modes and be like, haha, I want to do this. The downside is if you do the max damage or if you do like the max level stuff, it makes your save file impossible to earn trophies. So that's the downside.
Kind of like with mods with Bethesda games, they turn off achievements if they're activated. You have to disable all mods, because otherwise it's like when you change the game modes like that, it's going to make trophies or achievements easier
you're going to
get.
cheat.
Yeah.
There are some trophies that are really good to get pretty easily, but because this is a port of a cell phone game, which is a port of a PS1 game, there's input lag. And one trophy you need to do is, have you ever played 9?
Yes.
Remember the jump ropes?
Yes.
One of the trophies locked behind is you need to do 1,000 jumps.
Oh, God.
But because of the input lag, good luck.
That sounds terrible.
It's not good, and I'm really disappointed. The only good thing it came with is a PS4 theme. So it gives it a cute like character background for your PS4 like home screen. And it plays the main theme, and it makes all your button clicks sound like the menu buttons from 9. Bleep, I'm like, bleep, bleep. I'm like, this is so cute. That's great. It costs $16 for a theme.
Oh, good God.
So I don't recommend it. I'm really disappointed because it's my all-time favorite game.
Yeah, that's a bummer, man.
Yeah.
But it's cool that, you got to play it on your current, method of...
And I have a free PS4 now, so I don't have to go into that family's house in Evanston anymore.
That is great, because they're
still looking for me.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, that was like, 2 weeks you were in there?
Yeah.
Did you kill anybody? You didn't kill anybody, did you?
Not the family.
Oh, but somebody.
Just a couple. Nothing too big.
For eating?
Just bum fights, and I didn't know what to do with them, so I just kind of put them in the basement, and I think they found them. But I mean, like, these guys don't have birth certificates. They were homeless.
True.
They didn't have anything.
Did you gnaw off their fingerprints before you did?
No, I forgot to do that.
Rookie mistake, bro. That's a rookie mistake.
Yeah, that's my bad. I was just so concerned with rebuilding Robot 2.0 that I kind of just forgot about it.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. I mean, there are wanted posters all over Evanston now.
Really?
All over. Yeah, like they're in every window.
Dude, downtown E-Town is like Man, that's a hopping little area.
It's man, I used to get so much change.
I read on some page of a newspaper right before I wiped with it was that Evanston has been called the Athens of suburbs.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that.
I did too. And then swipe, and I threw it away. But I did agree beforehand. Another thing I saw, not at the Best Buy, but while I think it was on a Wednesday afternoon, and I was looking for food, so I was kind of like perusing the suburb streets. And I was just kind of like going down blocks, and like I'd be in the bushes, and then I'd like take an opportunity, jump up, look through some windows, try and spot an empty house. One of the ones that I found where there wasn't like an older lady cooking in like the kitchen and stuff, or somebody doing lawn work. Yeah, I slipped inside. There was some storm doors. Yeah, I don't even know who like has those, like a storm cellar anymore, but there were two of them, and they weren't chained shut. There was not one of those big, thick chains on them with like a padlock. Yeah, like you usually see with like a storm cellar. So there wasn't that. It was just two big doors. And I struggled for a bit, malnourished as I am, to open them. But once I did, used like my legs. You have to really kind of lift with your legs and then just.
Frog, that was very inappropriate to.
It just, you see how it interjects? I'm in the middle of a story and it just interjects and it
very
just
rude.
Takes people's attention away. I mean.
I was.
Idiot. Jesus. And it thinks I'm.
I don't know. I'm starting to like him a lot more now.
It has no respect for me. He has no respect for me. He just lives in my throat. He eats what I puke up, punches my uvula until I puke, and then he makes fun of me and undermines me at every turn in a conversation. So, and then also he'll sing, showing me up like in karaoke. I'll have a few drinks and I'll start singing, and everyone's like, "Yeah, this is okay." And then all of a sudden, Frog jumps in and steals the show, and everyone loves him. And then after I get off stage, he makes it very clear that it was him singing, not me.
Wow.
It's just such,
what a dick.
Such a dick move.
What a dick move.
Such a dick move. They all love me. Fuck you, man.
Man, what a piece of shit. You know what? I think I got the solution. Hold on just a second here. Hold on.
What do you got going on over there?
All right.
I see you brought a little, you got a little sack over there. You got a little satchel.
Yeah, here we go.
What are you pulling out of there now?
My fresh made honey.
Oh, yes.
Here, take a little sip of this.
Okay.
Take a little, there we go. Thank you. Just keep drinking it. Just keep drinking it.
Oh.
Just keep going. Just keep it. Now what you're going to do is when you feel it in the back of your throat, don't swallow.
No.
Yeah, that's it. We're going to make him a candy-coated
fucker.
You're going to make him a candy-coated frog.
It's so sweet. My eyes.
Yeah, that's the peppercorns. It's a little spicy.
My cruel world.
You feel good?
No. I feel terrible.
You look it. But I gotta say, do you feel fuller?
Yes. Yes, I do. I don't feel hungry. I don't feel hungry. This is amazing.
Looks like my honey has done the work today. Oh, God. Oh, God, there it goes. Oh, no. Oh, wow. Oh, man.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
Oh, man. Oh, the frog's coming up, too. Ooh.
I'm back, you son of a bitch.
Oh, he's melted, too. Oh, he looks like Anakin Skywalker.
Oh, I'm coming for you.
Oh, man. You hold on a second. Here, just let me.
Get him! Get him, please! Oh, you'll never!
Take that! Yeah! Oh man! Oof, man! What? I can't tell if it was the honey or the stomach acid
really
that did that.
He seemed supercharged when he came out of there.
Wow, man! He looks like he was dipped in boiling milk.
Dude, that
Caramba.
whatever's going on with that honey, man, that is heinous. That's horrible. I mean, you look at his face; it's melted before you stomped on him. It's not candy coated. It looks like he looks like Two-Face, like a Two-Face frog.
Oh man, that just means it's so potent. This is exactly what I've been going for.
You know what you need to do? You lay a little trail of that inside your the gym tunnel for the gyms. You know what I'm saying?
Let them have a little licky lick.
A little taste of the honey.
Well, first let's.
Yeah, can you any way you can salvage any of the meat from that little guy? I was gonna make a stew.
Ooh no,
later.
the bones are gone now. Ooh.
Man,
He looks like the Mohawk gremlin from the end of Gremlins after he got hit with the sunlight. Ugh, it's just kind of a green puddle.
okay.
It smells good.
I do. Spike was the name of that.
Yeah.
gremlin. Yeah. He looks. I know what you're talking about.
Smells good.
Yeah, I do catch that. Now I'm getting it. Now I'm getting that. It's
It's an after effect.
It's like caramelized. It's like a little bit of burnt, but sweet.
You know, that's what I was going for, like a flambe scent.
Okay, cool. So, well, yeah. I mean, I feel okay. I feel human, which is an interesting feeling to have. Where I was going.
Well, I mean, you are what you eat.
True. That's very true. So I guess I should feel this way all the time. But in those houses that I was, perusing when I finally got into one, the living room was just playing Blade Runner over and over again. The original Ridley Scott movie.
Didn't you just read the book recently, too?
Not that book, but the Three Stigmata of Palmer Eldritch, another Philip K. Dick book. Yeah, I did. So I was, I'm kind of on a Dick kick, if you will.
You've just got your mind on Dick.
I do. You ever have a Dick kick? Anybody ever just haul off and just kick you right into it?
Like they were aiming for a field goal.
Like wabba!
Yeah, that's the exact same sound as my nutsacks hit the base of my skull.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it feels, right? Like it's...
Oh, no, it actually happened. I had to go to a hospital. Yeah, you can see... You want to see the strains on my back?
Oh my God.
Yeah, they ran right along my spinal cord.
It's like there's two brazed trails straight from your ass all the way up your neck to the nape and then over your spine into the base of your skull.
They came back down eventually.
Yeah, but it's like the Grand Canyon on your spine now. It's like that skin thing that's never going away. I mean,
no, I've had this since I was a kid. I'm lucky I can still walk. The doctor said I'm very lucky.
What about your nuts?
Oh, they're fine.
What?
Yeah, they're fine.
They just traveled up to your skull and back down, and they're still like there. They're still functional.
Yeah, they're still fine.
You're not like in pain or anything?
No. I mean, it hurt when that happened.
Do they work?
I think so.
You're not shooting like green? You're not shooting like that frog blood out of your dick?
No, it's black like everybody else's.
No, it's not supposed to be black.
It isn't?
No, it's supposed to be clear.
Oh, mine is very black.
Yeah, no, so it doesn't work.
Like, well, it works, but it's very dark.
Not like it's supposed to.
It's kind of like a black hole puddle after I make some. Yeah, it's I feel like if I look into it for far too long, I'm going to start thinking about all the dark memories that I keep in the back of my head.
You feel like when you look at it for enough time, it stares back at you?
I mean, sometimes it's very reflective. It's got a nice shimmer, almost like the Saran wrap.
Yeah, and yeah, that's again nice touch on that. That's So well, you should definitely see somebody about that if you ever can, because I'll tell you, black goop out of the old ding ding does not sound. It's not right.
Man, that's interesting because like my mom told me like that's normal. So
you talked to your mom about that stuff?
Well, I mean, I had to. I mean, I was a kid. I was only like 10. I'm like, hey, Ma, how come I'm making the black goop? My boop is making some black goop.
And she said it was normal.
She said, oh, that's normal.
So your dad presumably makes black goop too.
He probably does. Maybe it's just a hereditary thing.
It's horrendous is what it is.
I mean, I guess. I mean, I've been fine. I mean, except for like these weird purple veins that are like all over my legs.
How do women traditionally react to seeing the goop?
I
know it's been a little while since we.
You don't usually notice because we don't usually have the lights on. I have a lot of skin tags.
Oh, skin tags?
Skin tags, yeah.
What is that?
And they're like moles, but like they can be easily removed. It's just excess skin that forms into a mole.
Really?
Yeah. I have one like right here.
Oh, yeah, you do. No, that's a price tag. That's a price tag on your skin.
Oh.
It's $9.99.
I was at the butcher shop yesterday. They must have confused me for some rump roast.
They tried to tag you, throw you on the shelf.
Oof. That would have been a mistake.
Really?
Who
made that mistake? My God.
I don't know who, but it would have been a shame if they see, a hunk of this shoulder and just see how dark blue it is.
Did you make out of the butcher shop with anything?
Severed pig.
See, look, you're sitting on a severed pig somewhere.
Well, I use that as the base of my honey.
Really? Mm-hmm. You should have gotten some bacon and stuff too. Like we could have had a feast.
I was in a rush.
Today.
I'm sorry. Like I really want to catch Gollum. I really have to. I have to fulfill the blood oath because if I don't, well, Dad's gonna take my toes.
Yeah, you did mention that.
He'll make a necklace out of him.
He will.
He already has my Uncle Bobby's.
Jeez.
So, yeah. My dad's a very scary man.
Yeah, I got that. I kind of got that impression when I got a little glimpse of the necklace. I saw like his shark tooth earring as well. And
did you see his shark teeth?
No.
Yes,
no, I didn't.
He surgically engrafted shark teeth into his own mouth. Yeah.
Don't sharks have like a lot of teeth too?
Yeah, there's about like 7 rows.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's got to be painful. Like a couple of days out of the month for him.
You would think, but he's surprisingly okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not much of a talker, so he doesn't bite his lips or his tongue too often. So.
Well, that's good to know. I'm trying to process all the.
I mean, I kind of
feelings.
opened myself up today. I feel like that's the takeaway from today's episode.
Yeah, no, you definitely did.
And you got rid of that frog.
I did, and I feel great about it. Yeah, I do feel great about it. Now I can. Next time I karaoke, everyone's going to know it's going to be me.
That's good.
Here,
and let's hear it. I want to hear you sing.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
I so in love with you.
Wow, that's
And I wanted to
yeah.
get all
Yep, that's all you. That's all you, man.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
I can safely say that is 100% just all Don.
Yeah. Yeah, and it felt good, Now it feels good, and I'm ready. I'm ready for that. So,
You ready for this, motherfucker?
You legless piece of shit!
I'm coming to get you, motherfuckers. I told you I'd be back. Get this out.
Oh God, he's got a slingshot! Oh God, oh, my limbs!
I told you I'd be back. Come on.
Oh, hey, Gollum, wait, Gollum.
What?
I wanted to make peace.
Pizza?
I want to make a pizza out of this relationship.
Okay.
Today, I offer you this delicious pine cone.
Pine cone?
Yes.
What's pine cone?
It's like those big green things, like the big wood things with the green stuff on them.
yeah, they're all over the ground. You ever see those things?
Like trees. This is how they reproduce.
Oh, tree semen. Tree sperms.
More like tree embryos.
Yeah, the analogy's better with tree embryos.
I'd say
sure.
tree embryo. Listen. I made you this delicious snack.
I'm only hungry for revenge. Come here.
No. Wait, listen.
Just settle
It's
down.
coated
Listen to him.
in the finest, richest honey.
Honey?
Yeah, from Zanzibar.
You like honey, Gollum?
I do.
It's delicious.
Yeah, so I had a few of these earlier, Gollum, and I have to say they are life-changing.
Yeah, you can easily say that they'll blow your mind
Yeah, so I go for it, man.
and melt your heart.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Dude, we want to bury the hatchet. We want to just put all this crap behind us.
This is just me saying, hey, I'm sorry for eating your legs. I didn't mean to.
That was not cool, man.
And you killed my son.
What?
You killed Robot.
Yeah, I mean, you did.
I loved him.
We know that you loved the robot, but you also resulted directly in the death.
You resulted in
robots.
the death of my child.
Forever seen.
Yeah, but okay, stop crying. I don't have the time for you to cry. The only time I have for you is to eat this.
Jesus, come on, guys.
I have a bunch. Eat.
Just come on now.
Eat them. Just eat them. All right, Don. Can you just hold him down, and I'll just safely put one in the. Come here. Listen. It's so sweet and it's so good. Just let it go down. And here's a second one. Just keep going. Don't push it. Stop pushing your tongue against it.
Kicking your arms like that.
God, I'm so glad you don't have legs. This would be much harder. All right. And here's a third one. Just keep pushing it down.
I can't keep him
Like
down now.
stuffing a haggis. There we go. Oh, here we go. Wasn't that yummy? Mmm.
I feel funny.
You should, you little green fucking goblin shit.
I think we has a burner, Precious.
You've got to be kidding me.
Come on. Why did you even leave that thing?
What?
Look at it.
No. No.
Look at this.
No.
This is incredible.
No. This is. Oh my God. There's like 6 bends in it. It looks like a zigzag.
This is the first time it's happened in 60 years.
Oh my God. It's like a thunderbolt. What is wrong with you?
This honey is I told you, man, there's some serious shit going on with this.
No. But we just saw what it did to the frog. Why isn't it happening to him?
I love this. I'm so happy.
Oh God.
Come here.
No.
Get out of
Oh
here.
God, trying to watch you.
You're so big.
Get off my leg,
so
you.
soft.
Stop. Oh, no.
Jesus, that's
no,
disgusting.
No.
This is disgusting. Okay,
Why?
listen, we have to settle this.
Get him off my leg.
I have to finish. Come on.
No, back off.
No, this is disgusting. Okay, we're going to cut this off now. We're going to destroy this boxcar. We're going to shatter all evidence of this having been in here, and we got to get out of here.
Just drink more honey.
No, I'm not till I'm done.
No, finish it. Just melt.
Okay, and so we're going to melt that, and we're going to be done with this, and we're going to talk to you guys next week, and hopefully we won't have to deal with any more little green creatures.
Why are you still in my life?
I love you.
Get away.
And thank you all so much for putting up with this, and we will talk to you next week from another Boxcar. Take care, from Greg and Don.
I'll fucking kill you. Piece of shit.
Love you.
Okay, it's all. Oh, his is black too.